Hey everyone, my name's Joe and I'm here with my friend Matt. And together we have over 2 decades of recruiting experience. And we've worked with some of the biggest games companies like Activision, Blizzard, King, Electronic Arts, and Epic Games. We compiled all of the questions that we're asked most often, and here's our takes. Enjoy. The first question on the list here is, how do I get into the games industry without previous industry experience?
Well, that is the question, isn't it? I get asked this a lot. I know you get asked this a lot as well. If you really want to get into gaming and you don't have industry experience, it honestly kind of depends on the role. So, I hire for a lot of corporate roles, for example. So whether it's, in cybersecurity or marketing or strategy or HR or finance, or IT. So the industry experience in those instances is not necessarily as important or as crucial, because your ability to actually do the job is great if you are a gamer or you love gaming. That can certainly, if all things being equal, that can potentially elevate you above another candidate. But I think the not having industry experience in that case is not necessarily a deal breaker. And I would also say that, even if you don't have the industry experience, and whatever industry experience you've got, something you can do when kind of going into interviews, for example, is talk about the gaming industry, right? And say, look, I know I don't have the gaming industry experience, but this is what I've researched, this is what I've come up with, this is what I can see some of the challenges might be, this is what I can see some of the opportunities might be from having done all this stuff in my current role and current industry, what I can bring to the gaming industry. So I think it's kind of a two-pronged answer there. It doesn't, depending on role, it doesn't necessarily matter. And then also just demonstrating that you've actually done some research on the industry is going to make a hiring manager think, okay, well, they don't have the industry experience, but actually they clearly kind of know what they're talking about. They've done some stuff. They've taught me some stuff even potentially. That's how I would go about it.
Yeah, I was thinking about even me and you both got into the games industry at some point from outside of there. My own story is that I'd been hiring for tech companies for years, but I loved video games. That's where all my passions lie. So when I finally got an opportunity to interview with a games company for a senior recruiter role, I knew how to hire. I had all those skills. I knew to hire programmers and designers and everything else. And I knew so much about video games because I just enjoy researching that industry for fun. And so I was easily to get in there and be like, I have the skills and I would absolutely love to do this. And that just brought that together pretty well. Another point I'll add on this is that I often get software developers who, actually a really good example is, I get someone who's a web developer, right? And they're like, oh, it's my dream to get into the games industry. They immediately think, I need to be a games developer. You could be a web developer just at a games company, right? And so that's just one example, but I get variations of that all the time where I say, but you could just do exactly what you do just in a games company. Games companies are software companies. If you already work in tech, the chances are they already hire what you do in some capacity, especially at large companies as well. Yeah. So that's another thing. Don't overcomplicate it. Just go make that sideways move into an industry that you would love to be in.